Political Reflections, New York Times, is reporting that a CIA informant was extracted from Russia and it sent secrets to the US for decades. Decades ago, the CIA recruited and carefully cultivated a mid-level Russian official who began rapidly advancing through the government ranks. Eventually, American spies struck gold. The longtime source landed an influential position that came with access to the highest level of the Kremlin. When intelligence officials revealed the severity of Russia's election interference with unusual detail later that year, the news media picked up on details about the CIA's Kremlin sources. CIA officials worried about his safety made the arduous decision in late 2016 to offer to extract the source from Russia. The move brought to an end the career of one of the CIA's most important sources. It also effectively blinded American intelligence officials to the view from inside Russia as they sought clues about Kremlin interference in the 2018 midterm elections and next year's presidential contest. CNN first reported the 2017 extraction on Monday. Officials did not disclose the informant's identity or new location, both closely held secrets. The Moscow informant was instrumental to the CIA's most explosive conclusion about Russia's interference campaign that President Vladimir Putin ordered and orchestrated it himself. The informant's information was so delicate and the need to protect the source's identity so important that the CIA director at the time, John Brennan, kept information from the operative out of President Barack Obama's daily brief in 2016. Instead, Mr. Brennan sent separate intelligence reports, many based on the source's information, in special sealed envelopes to the Oval Office. The decision to extract the informant was driven in part because of concerns that Mr. Trump and his administration had mishandled delicate intelligence. We have a president who, unlike any other president in modern history, is willing to use sensitive, classified intelligence however he sees fit, says Stephen L. Hall, a former CIA official who led the agency's Russia operations. He does it in front of our adversaries. He does it by tweet. We are in uncharted waters. The extraction ensured the informant was in a safer position and rewarded for a long career in service to the United States, but it came at a great cost. It left the CIA struggling to understand what was going on inside the highest ranks of the Kremlin. And then the main point here really is that the Moscow informant was instrumental to the CIA's most explosive conclusion about Russia's interference campaign, that President Putin ordered and orchestrated it himself. That's the main point. And I take you back to December 2016 when I wrote an article headlined, "We Have a Deviate Tomahawk." And then I said my starting point is the election of President Trump, because hindsight will surely show that Russia ran a seriously sophisticated program of interference, mostly digital. I was then referencing Don DeLillo's writing where he says, "We have a deviate tomahawk. The specialist is monitoring data on his mission console." when a voice breaks in, a voice that carried with it a strange and unspecifiable poignancy. We have a deviate tomahawk, we copy, there's a voice, we have gross oscillation here. And I said, I've no doubt that Putin ran a seriously 21st century, predominantly digital program of interference, which amplified the Trump candidacy. Trump was an ideal candidate for this kind of support. The first thing is plausible deniability. The second thing is non-linearity. You have to learn to navigate a linear system, the new 21st century digital ecosystem, in a non-linear way. From feeding the hothouse conspiracy frenzy online, a constant state of destabilized perception, timely and judicious doses of WikiLeaks leaks, which drained Hillary's bona fides and her turnout and motivated Trump's. I said then, what we have witnessed is something remarkable and noteworthy. Putin has proven himself an information master, and his adversaries are his information victims. So it's very interesting, worth delving into further.